Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to my review of this light from Klarus. What is it? This is the XT21X. This light will produce 4,000 lumens from a single battery. And what do we have in the background today? This was sold as the Gray Rifle Bayonet. Pretty cool, but I can't review it because I don't think they make this anymore. But what I can do for you is include a list of currently available bayonets for all your bayonet needs. Like I said in my previous two videos, every flashlight review I'm at least going to show one blade because got a lot of knife fans, why not? So yeah, spike bayonet. There's few things I love more than a spike bayonet. You could make one of these yourself with a little ingenuity if you get one of those surplus SKS bayonets. Alright, but back to this. This is 4,000 lumens. That is quite blinding. Let's take a look at the stats on this. Alright, so as you see, it's got 5 brightness levels, 2 special modes, the max lumens 4,000. You can see the run times there as well. And the max beam distance 316 meters. Now this comes with a bunch of accessories. Here's the box. Comes with a giant spike. No, it does not come with this. They'd sell 1 million of them if it came with a giant spike, but comes with that holster, right? Comes with a recharging cable, comes with a lanyard, spare O-ring, and what is this little microchip thing? Hold on. What is that thing? They say it's a USB light. And here's a look at the light in the holster. Yeah, so it's got, all right, that belt loop there. Got an overflap, so that's the holster. Now this also comes with a very, very high quality battery. This uses a 21700. Right, so check out the capacity. This has a lot of capacity, and it's got a lot of amps too. I mean, this is why this can do 4,000 lumens from a single battery, and that is rechargeable. Now here's a closer look at the light itself. It has an orange peel reflector. Right? It's got a strike bezel. It's got a dual tail switch, side switch, easily removable pocket clip. It's got a bunch of texture here for grip. And it's got extra surface area here, like basically radiator baffles to help dissipate the tremendous heat when this is in turbo mode. So basic operation of this light. Let's do the shortcuts first. Alright, the first shortcut, if you long press from off, long press the side switch, it will shortcut to moonlight. Alright, that's the moonlight, which they say is 5 lumens. Alright, that's for reading. Alright, to turn it off with side switch, long press. Alright, so that's the first shortcut, but wait, this also has, hold on, this also has momentary turbo and momentary strobe. Alright, warning, there's going to be some strobing. Alright, the main tail switch, that's your momentary on with turbo. See that? And this tail switch, momentary on for strobe. Now then, once it is on, if you cycle through the brightness levels with the side switch, right, it's got 5 brightness levels. So this is the turbo. This is the high, medium, low, moonlight, and back to turbo. Now you can also turn this on with the tail switch, in which case, just press it to turn it on, press it to turn it off. You can also cycle through the modes with that other switch. Hold on, you can probably see it better if I do it like this. Right now it has 4 brightness levels if you're using that switch. Alright, so you see that it's got 4 brightness levels when you're using that switch. So basically they've removed the low. Right, so yeah, it's a little confusing, but basically you got 5 brightness levels if you use this switch, and you got 4 if you use this switch. Now there are 2 other ways to get to the strobe. If you double tap this, whether it's on or off, if you double tap this it will strobe. Okay, warning, we're going to be strobing you. Double tap brings strobe. Another double tap will bring SOS. Now, if you turn it on with the tail switch, you can also get to the strobe by long pressing this switch. Let's do that now. So there you go. Now the lockout. If you press and hold, it will shortcut to moonlight. But if you keep pressing and holding past that, it will blink twice, which means it's locked out, right? So basically, to lock out, you just hold it down until it blinks twice. Takes a while. And there you go. So this is locked now. That's locked. It won't do anything. To unlock it, you triple tap this. And again, when you successfully unlock it, it will blink twice. Right? So now it is unlocked, right? So that is the locking and unlocking of the light. Now, if you can't remember all that, don't worry. They have a very detailed flow chart. And yeah, all that stuff, that's basically what I was showing. It's all written down there. Right? That's what they call the tactical setting. They also have this. This is the outdoor setting. And basically, in this setting, they kind of replace the strobe with just a lower brightness level for reading. I have 4 or 5 other Klarus lights that all use pretty much the exact same interface. So if you've had one Klarus light, it pretty much works the same way as many of their others. So once you learn that and you've carried it for a while, it will become second nature. And in order to switch between those two settings, this is how to do it. All right, so it's all down there for you, but I'm going to be using the tactical setting. This has a battery life indicator in the side switch. Basically, whenever you turn it on, when you first turn it on, you see how it's glowing green? That's because I just recharged the battery, right? But if that were to be red, you're almost out of battery and you should recharge the battery. Now, in order to recharge that battery in the light, just plug the recharging cable into any USB power source. This has rapid recharging technology, so it will actually charge faster than your typical rechargeable light. All right, so that's just very convenient, and that's the charging port you see there. And now when it is recharging, I don't know if you can see because my lights are bright, but this will be red when it's recharging. It will turn green when it's fully charged. At this time, I'm going to roll in my testing and demonstration footage with this light, and then we'll come back for final thoughts. And here we are with the Klarus light on the testing board, right? So this is the lowest brightness level, right? We're going to cycle through to turbo, and then we'll go through the whole brightness cycle. All right, so are you ready for the turbo? Wow, that's crazy. All right, so let's keep cycling through. And back to the turbo. While we're here, I might as well strobe warning. And that is your strobe. And again, the turbo. All right, YouTube, here we are again on the road that has no street lights. Let's go turbo. All right, let's see what we can see. Let's just shine this around. This is, you know, simulating if your car broke down on some deserted country road, what would you see? All right, wow. That's lighting up the whole scene right there. Let's pan around to the trees. And there's nothing here, but it is a great place to test out flashlights. Actually, it's a nice night tonight, not so humid as it usually is. Well, that's doing an excellent job. Let's go check out the creek. And here it is overlooking Frog Creek. Well, again, this just lights up the whole scene. Flowing strongly, pretty strongly. You can see everything. Let's just scan the opposite bank, up to the treetops. Yeah, just an excellent light. Yeah, Klarus makes some pretty high quality lights. I've enjoyed owning many Klarus lights through the years. All right, YouTube, so there you go. This Klarus light at Frog Creek. All right, here's a top view of the Klarus light on the road. You see the the shape of that beam there. Let's get behind it. And there it is. Wow. Yeah, pretty much a river of light. Okay, YouTube, we're on the soccer field again. Let's see if it can cross the field. Where is that goal? All right, there it is. Wow, there's a lot of haze in the air, but can this reach it? Yeah, there it is. Adverse conditions, but it can definitely cross the entire field with light to spare. Yeah, excellent performance from this light in pretty adverse conditions, I mean. And one more demonstration, the backyard security mission. I'm up in the second story window. All right, so without light, this is what you would see. Nothing except that distant neighbor's lights. And with the Klarus, I mean, this lights up everything. It's just like, that's probably a deer over there. If there's a trespasser, you're going to scare the crap out of them. They're going to think that this is like a police helicopter light. It's so freaking bright, especially if you strobe them. All right, so that's the Klarus backyard security. So what are my final thoughts on this Klarus light? This thing is a beast. I mean, I've probably said that about other lights before, but this is even more of a beast than many of the other Klarus lights I've reviewed, because most of the Klarus lights I've reviewed use an 18650, right? Whereas this, that 21700, first of all, the capacity of that battery is a lot more than your 18650s, and it also just allows even better performance. I mean, 4,000 lumens. I remember not just like 2 years ago, a single battery tactical light, if it was, let's say, 2,800 lumens, people would go crazy about that. That would be like the brightest it got just a few years ago, right? But now we've just blown way past that mark, and now we're into 4,000 lumens with a single battery. And as I've said before, the way they've done the dual tail switch, that's exactly how I prefer my tactical lights to be. You got one touch strobe, you got one touch momentary on turbo, and the two tail switches are such different shapes. You're never going to confuse them, and you can instantly differentiate between them by touch alone, right? With knives, that's usually called indexing. So that's all good. I like the strike bezel. You can blind a potential aggressor. There's no way they're going to be able to look at you with 4,000 lumens frying them. Now, obviously, only do that in an extreme self-defense emergency, of course. All right, so the price tag on this right now, it's around a 120. It's a serious light. Yeah, I do think it's worth it. I mean, not everybody needs one of these. Not everybody needs a tactical light. Of course, I'm going to be honest with you. You know, if you're, you know if you need that or not. You know, it depends on your profession, where you live, what you're encountering, you know, who's creeping around in your neighborhood. Yeah, this is probably going to go into my regular rotation, right? Because it's brighter and it has longer range than the light that I'm carrying now. And it also has more battery capacity. So yeah, this outdoes the light that I usually carry right now. It does get hot. I just want to, most people are going to understand, of course, 4,000 lumens from a single cell, it's going to get hot, right? Most people understand that, but if you're new to this type of flashlight, yes, it gets very hot in the turbo mode, because it's not meant to, you're not meant to use that for prolonged periods of time. So please be aware of that, and just, you know, your basic safety. Now, I got this flashlight from a store called Flashlight Z. That is a flashlight store that sells on Amazon, so I will include those Amazon links. And if for some reason you don't like Amazon, they also just have their own website, right? But then you don't get the Prime benefits. So I'll include both. Yeah, so shout out to Flashlight Z. I've definitely used them many times before. They're one of the better, more reputable sellers on Amazon. So check out those links if you want. I'm going to put like my top Klarus lights. So even if you don't need a tactical light, You can check out their other types of light from EDC, keychain, and whatnot. And as I said, I will also include, they don't make that bayonet knife anymore, but I can include a list of other bayonets that are currently available and just self-defense themed items in general for all my knife peeps. Shout out, what's up? Alright, this has been We All Juggle Knives and Flashlights. Check out those links. I'm out.